Report 2.3 shows the monthly detailed promotion features by suppliers by retailers. Now, if you notice on the right hand side, there's this question mark. If you hover your cursor over it, it will give you a bit more explanation on what the report is. Essentially, the purpose of this report is for record keeping purposes. So it allows you to more easily retrieve or refer to the digital images associated with each feature. Under the selection for markets, if you are currently subscribed to East Malaysia data, you'll be able to see Sabah and Sarawak under the selection box as well. However, if you are only subscribed to West Malaysia data, then it's only West Malaysia that will appear. For this report, only 1 month of data can be generated at a time. So for the purpose of this example, I'll choose January 2020 data to be generated. Moving on to sources. Sources here refer to the medium in which the promotions are promoted. So if you click on the drop-down, you can see in-store, mailer, newspaper, and regional data, where we have mailer regional and newspaper regional. So regional data here refers to the promotions that are only for specific stores or in specific regions only, whereas mailer, newspaper, and in-store implies that they are done throughout the entire of West Malaysia. So for the purpose of this example, I'll just stick to mailer and newspaper first. Promo types here has 3: normal promotion, range promotion, and also by X3Y. So since for now we are going to check all the promotions that's available in the month of January, I will keep the normal, range, and by X3Y in the selection first. For rank, there's top 5, top 10, top 25, or all. I'll explain more of this when the report is generated, since it's easier for you to visualize then. But for now, we'll stick to the top 5 ranking first. Under categories, for this example, I'll be choosing milk powder. So what we can do is we can click on the drop down to look for a category. If we extend it further, it will also break it down into the subcategories itself. So for this example, I'll just stick to gum mask first. Suppliers, I'll choose all suppliers for now. All suppliers range here refers to the range promotions. This is for when the promotions involve more than one suppliers, in which case their supplier name would be all suppliers range. The brands displayed is based on the supplier that we have selected. So in this case, I'll choose all brands. And for the retailers, I'll choose Hyper and Super. At the bottom of the selection panel, you'll see the Save button. So the purpose of the Save button is to save the selections that you have made. Meaning that if you are making the same selection again next month, if you've already clicked Save here, in the following month, when you come into the report again, you'll only need to change the month here instead of making the selections of the suppliers, the brands, and the retailers all over again. If you're happy with your current selection, you can click on Update. Please keep in mind that the loading time, it depends highly on how strong your internet connection is and how big the data you're trying to pull. If you scroll to the top here, you can see that there's normal, range, and by X3Y. So each type of promotion has their own colors. So for example, if you go down here, this is a normal promotion for Dutch Lady, which is why it's colored blue, whereas this one is a range promotion for Dutch Lady, which is why it's colored green. You can also shrink down the selection slide so you can see the table itself better, and enlarge it as well so that it fills up the entire screen. So at the top here, what you have is the search bar. So you can search for the promotions that you'd like to see. For example, if you would like to see Dugro promotions, it will filter out only Dugro promotions for you to see. I'll explain a bit more on what each of the boxes mean. So if we hover our cursor over these boxes, it will pop out a bit so you can see the promotions written down a bit more clearly. And if we click on it, when it changes into a hand cursor, a pop-out of the page where the promotion is located will come up. So from here, you can see that the M in the bracket here indicates the source of the promotion, which means whether it was promoted in mailer, or newspaper, or in-store. In this case, M would be for mailer. 3rd Jan 2020 till 16 Jan 2020 shows the promotion period of this particular promotion, or it can also refer to the promotion period of the mailer itself. Dark Shady 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plain honey chocolate 3 times 900 gram is the item that was promoted, as you can see here. 59.88 is the price, the promo price of the item. And lastly, at the bottom here, you'll see MPP, which is the promo mechanic. So in this case, since it's a promotion for a triple pack, it is a multi-purchase promotion, which is why MPP is stated at the bottom here. I'll now explain a bit more on the ranking itself. So in order to do that, we need to change the selection a bit. So just go back to the selection table. So for the last example, we've chosen Gum Mass. For this next one, we're going to be choosing Gum Premium. Please keep in mind that whenever you change your categories, you'll also need to reselect your suppliers and your brands. The reason for that is the suppliers is based on the categories you selected. So in this case, since we've changed the category, the suppliers here will also be changed. So again, we'll just choose all suppliers and all brands. The speed at which this loads also depends on your previous selection. So if you've selected more categories and more suppliers, then it will take a bit longer for it to load the brand and so forth. So we just need to wait a while for it to load. Okay, so now we can choose all brands again and click on update. Once the report is generated, you'll notice at the bottom right here, there are different pages of the report. So the reason for that is because of this limitation here. So currently, the report is only showing 10 records or 10 brands. I'll explain a bit more on this later. So you can choose to just flip the page, or if you want to make things easier, just show more features per page. So in this case, everything is shown in just one report. So if I shrink this down, so you remember earlier we selected all suppliers, but from here you can only see Reckitt Benckiser, Abbott, Wyeth, Dutch Lady and Fonterra. So that's only 5, which is what it means when we selected top 5. So it will only show the top 5 most promoted suppliers for Gum Premium. And each supplier is also broken down by their brands. So in the case of Fonterra, it's broken down into NMUM and NMUM Essential. As for the others, it's broken down by steps and also based on whether it's a regular milk powder or a more premium range. In the case of Wyeth, it's broken down into Wyeth Promise, Promise Gold, Progress and Progress Gold. So for example, if you're only looking for the more premium products, you can also filter here. Let's say you just put gold. So it will only show you Similac Kit for gold, Similac Gain Plus Gold, Picky Eater Gold, Progress Gold, Promise Gold, and Frizo Gold. It won't show the lower range products. So from here, it's easier for you to keep track of all your promotions, and you can see the type of promotions that's done. So in this case, let's say for example, we take Dutch Shady Frizo Gold. You can see that at Aeon Big, we're mostly promoting the 900 gram, whereas at Giant, we're mostly promoting the triple packs, the 3 times 400 gram. Whereas at Tesco, it's only the 3 times 400 gram instead of the 3 times 400 gram we see at Giant. So you can also compare the type of promotions that you're carrying out at each different retailers. So in summary, this report can be used whenever we need to go in and compile images of all our previous promotions for record keeping purposes or for reference when we need to do a quick presentation and such.